Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everybody to this live on, if you're in the UK, it's very, very, very humid today. So if you can hear a bit of a in the background, that's my fan. But if it is annoying, let me know and I'll just go turn it off. Anyway, first and foremost, let's do the welcome. So Rawside Paranormal, welcome. Maltor, welcome. Dave, Amory, Thorn, Kate, Anne. Hello, Anne. I've seen you for a while. Good to see you. I was typing in the thingy and then I realised I needed the loo, so I quickly sorted off like that, and so I probably missed a bunch of people saying hello to them in the comments. But back now. Well, good job I'm back now, innit? Because I was going live. Anyway, how is everybody doing? Before I kick off into the subject matters. I couldn't think of a subject to begin with. Hello, Tammy. Welcome. And then, well, first of all, do you think I actually need subjects to come live? Because I always think, I can't just possibly go live and just wing it. And then that's probably the ADHD in me, trying to bloody plan things and go, it has to be like this and I must fix to these certain plans. But in hindsight, it probably doesn't matter because you can all come here for a chin wag either way, I suppose. Keep missing the stuff. Well, do you know what, Anne? It's funny you should say that because there's a few people now that have said to me that they're trying to catch up on things, that they've got a backlog, and I might start slowing down on the big episodes because A, that's going to help me because then I'm not like flat out trying to film, edit and get to places every single week for somebody. And B, it gives people time to catch up on stuff. Hopefully YouTube won't have a wow at me for not being as consistent. And hopefully those of you that can make it every single week don't mind, the little gaps between bigger episodes just to allow other people to watch it. Because it's messing up the view stats as well by because certain people aren't available all the time and they're trying to catch up. So it's confusing YouTube. Yeah, just fly by the seat of your what? Yes, I did. Bit tired, but okay. Hope you're well. I'm doing all right. Yeah, been really busy this week though. I've had lots of work on, and then next week I've got no work on. I'm trying to get Josh. I'm trying to pull his leg to get him to do something else next week, but getting hold of him is like I got more chance sometimes getting hold of someone on the International Space Station than I am getting him to reply to a message. And that's not just with me, it's with everybody. He's just terrible at it. He'd laugh. If he sees this back, he'll laugh at that. So yeah, the sort of subject today, like I've been pondering about certain things with the paranormal community, the debunking community, and the faking community. So I was like, let's just chat about it all. Let's just have it, because you know what? There's so much when it comes to the internet. There's so much just nonsense out there that do you know what? We'll do it in order. But it's good to have everybody in, so I appreciate everybody who come in and join in. So thanks very much for coming in. I've got a mega backlog. Yeah, loads of people have. So I'm going to slow it down a little bit, like I was saying. So first and foremost, right, it's called facts. So the fact is, right, any scientist out there, right, the fact is that there is weird shit going on, right, that cannot be explained. I've come to that conclusion now, right, that I was online last night till 4 o'clock in the morning on ChatGPT, and I was on TikTok as well, because sometimes I go live on there. If you want to catch those ones, my oath, I normally go on them at like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm off, like I'm just like overtired and just absolutely crazy. Anyway, I started like typing in things like what I've experienced. So for example, toys coming out of rooms, ladders moving like this by themselves, just things like this. And I was trying to discover if there is anything, because I don't know everything, right? But if there's anything within science that could answer this, maybe something to do with dark energy or dark matter or quantum physics or something like that. Turns out there isn't. So First and foremost, the fact is that weird stuff happens and it cannot be explained. Now, here's the thing, right? How many of you here are believers in ghosts, spirits, demons, entities? How many? Very active lately, I've found. Have you? Have you been places, or it's just in general in your life? Have you found that? Now, here's the thing as well, Anne. Loads of people believe in different concepts and different things. So some people believe that it's spirits, some people believe it's demons, some people even believe it's extraterrestrial. And the question is, which avenue is it? Because it's just absolute madness, you know what I mean? And then there's other things that don't make sense. Like, so for example, people talk about this. Sean said this to me from Bristol Paranormal Hunters earlier today. He said to me, what doesn't make sense is people say that they see ghosts in full clothes. Some people claim that they've seen a spirit and it looks like you and me walk past them. This isn't living. This isn't living. This doesn't have consciousness. This doesn't have spirit. How? Someone Anne, do you know? Anyone? Just take a guess. Like, little things like this just don't make any sense at all. You're all believers. Do you know, I appreciate that people that, even though you're believers and you know how stubborn I am with my skepticism on certain things, that you still enjoy watching. Wow, you basically watch me and my mind collapse over time, I suppose. Demons are rare, and the aim of a demon is to possess. Right, yeah, Maltor. I'm going to get onto that in a moment. You're jumping the gun. You're literally ahead of my list of things to talk about. Some people, though, Anne, don't they? Like in religions, especially like Catholic belief systems, and Christianity. I think even in like the Muslims, I think even they believe that anything that is on this plane that is perceived as a spirit is actually a demon pretending to be a spirit. So he's put, unfortunately, as technology advances, abilities, fake events have gotten easier. Right, yeah, okay, yeah, strings, blah, and AI, 100%. AI is ruining everything. Hello, Dean. Welcome. No, it's not to worry. I seen you were, Dean, he's been Spiritual Awakening here. He's been live quite a lot recently, and they're quite funny, his lives. So if you're ever free and you want to catch one of them, you might just get to see Ezekiel. He's got an alien friend. It's really, really funny, actually. He was eating hot food the other day, and I was dying. I was laughing because I knew how bad it was going to be. sorry, I was laughing. It was funny. Yeah, so Dean, I was just talking about how like paranormal is like completely mental. How science refuses to accept that it's a thing. That, well, yeah, okay, right. You're calling it paranormal, which means it's out of the spectrum of science, technically speaking. You know, like telekinesis or psychokinetic energy and stuff like that, which just of all, to me, I struggle to take that sort of on board. But there's nothing out there that can explain certain things that I've seen. That like, I understand that a couple of things you could argue, buildings, when it gets hot and cold, they make noises, tremors, stuff like that, little earthquakes could knock things over, the wind, especially in the woods, animals and things like that. I get that. But when it comes to the extreme things, like, that's why I put that rat in the big Dr. Martin boots, because people will say, oh yeah, well, the rat's doing that. Or, yes, it could be in the vents. Yes, it could be knocking something over. But if you were there, you can hear where things are coming from. Like, the hearing of the ears is so much different. Do you know what I'm saying? Those of you that are investigators here, you know what I'm on about, yeah? I'm not just nattering on like a madman, am I? I only trust myself. All the video evidence I question first, I'm probably not making sense. I know what you mean. I do know what you mean. I think that was one thing that a lot of people struggled with me as well. Like, even certain debunkers out there, when they come across me, they said that it was almost like when they were viewing me, I wouldn't trust the people around me in my own team, which I do, but there's that same principle of, well, I haven't seen it, so someone, and I can be that bad sometimes, and that's why I'm like, did you get it on camera? Did you get it on camera? And if they're like, no, I'm like, oh, that's no bloody good, then is it? That's how I get really frustrated, because even though I know that it happens, I need to see that it's happened. It's weird. I don't get it. I apologise to anyone that I do that with. You've got tonsillitis. Well, that's not very good, is it, Chris? I'm very much agnostic. I won't outright discard the possibilities of it being otherworldly, but will always be skeptical if it's, yeah, well, TikTok is really bad. A lot of YouTube is really, really bad as well. There's so many fake videos out there. And oh bloody hell, that just skipped then. And you all are probably aware of a few of them. Now, believe it or not, Haunt of the Truths was started as the debunking channel. So the aim was to actually go to locations that people claim to be haunted and then call bullshit on it. Right? That was the point. And then obviously shit happened that made no sense, and then it became something different. At the same time, I was supposed to go around debunking other people's channels, like, you know, the likes of Beardo, Mr. Grey, Mythos, etc. I did do a couple at the very start, even before some of the names I just mentioned then were even on the scene. And I'm going to get into that now, actually. Let's go to that. Any questions on anything I've just said, by the way, before I jump on forward to the next stuff? We love Haunt of the Truth. Thank you. So I've done no explanations can be found. Science. So the first thing I want to do is just complain that scientists won't look into it. It's just really annoying. Do you know what's really, before I continue, what's really annoying is they look into something that's can't even be properly examined, like the center of a black hole, for example, or dark energy and dark matter, but refuse to look into stuff that's paranormal, like that care home I went to with the banging recently. I mean, those of you that watched Bristol Paranormal Hunter's video recently, the doors and stuff just banging and lights coming on by themselves. Like, people don't look into what's going on. This is mental. Like, what? I know some of you are quite happy with your, you know, it's a spirit, but for me, I'm struggling. I'm really starting to struggle now because things are mental. I suppose at some point I'm just gonna have to accept defeat and go, yeah, okay, right, this is paranormal, and it possibly could be spirits. At some point, someone's gonna clip that and go, Mark's finally said it. Everyone has an agenda at the end of the day. Debunkers and paranormal channels. Yes. Okay. Now, yes, this is a thing, but the early people that came into it, so for the likes of Beardo Get Scared, for example, well, first and foremost, I sort of cleared things up with him. We're not like best mates or anything, but we're more civil now. And obviously he has a right to his opinion on whatever he thinks of my channel and the video and whatnot, and such. I have the right to go against that. But he was one of the first to come up with this ideology of properly going at people. Yeah, I was indeed, Chris. I had to wind it back a few times. And there wasn't many back then. But now, everyone is jumping on this bandwagon. And some people, right, who have been called out as fake are jumping on. There's fake people as well, right? There's not just fake content, there's fake people. There's fake agendas. There's fake narratives. There's switching up your narrative and just faking stuff for the click for the clout. The click for the clout is massive. People are all over this like a fucking hot rash, right? And, you know, I'll give you an example of someone. So Laney and Ben. I was going to do a video on this, but this is a video now, isn't it? So Ben from Laney and Ben, he got caught out, and now he's started another channel, and he's literally like, he may as well be on Beardo's back like that, riding him as he goes along, because everything Beardo does or says, he then does. It's mental. Let's have a look at these comments before I get ahead of myself, because I can do that. I'm a runaway train. My ADHD, I go off like that. I got to remember there's other people here that I'm with me. I'm doing yeah, Dean or Alien. Yes, or aliens, Dean, yes. Dean, you should come on an investigation for 4 hours with me as Ezekiel. Sorry, catch up in comments. I'm starting to, no worries. Most people in all walks of life are actors in some sense. Yes, it's true. But when you sit down and you watch what's going on, it's just some of it's like back to playground stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, what's this Proven Demons bloke, right? Now, well, initially he made some comments, and I was on the wrong end of the fence, because I was thinking that I was agreeing with him. But since, I noticed that he's a bit of a twonk. But whatever he's doing, or whatever he's done, or whatever, yeah, whatever, right? Okay. That issue was between him and Beardo. And now everybody else has jumped on it. Why? Click for clout. Simple. They want the views. It's just like, and do you know what? Each to their own now. Each to their own. If you see that's what's making views and stuff like that, then have at it. But I'm not a sheep. And that's probably why, the channel isn't going absolutely mental and getting tens of thousands of millions of views, because I'm not jumping on every single train that, Beardo says something and then say something. That's not to say I won't debunk things, though, if I find things in my own time. Myself and Josh were thinking of doing the watches that we've been doing recently, where we watch back Haunting the Truth episodes, but watch other people's stuff, and then just in the moment, just brutal honesty, if we think it's good, if we think it's bad. It's not debunking per se. It's not picking something deliberately to debunk. It's, we're watching it fresh for the first time, and whatever we think, we say. Beardo also live, bad timing to go live when he's live. Well, yeah. But then again, Chris, I mean, how many of his viewers are going to watch me? Because some of them I've probably still left a bit of a bad taste in some of them. So stuff I'm trying to resolve, but I don't know. Hopefully one day things will pan out all right. I question why people create a channel, do what the frame the money, or they truly just want to share the experience with the paranormal. Well, I'll be brutally honest. Like, it would obviously be nice to do this as a full-time type of thing and earn like money to actually have a roof over my head. And obviously for years I've always wanted to like be into entertainment. I think it's my calling in life. That's why I do entertainment in other places and in with other spectrums of life. So yes, I would love to have a massive following. But I also, someone said to me, what would you do if YouTube went down? Would you still go out to places? And the answer is yes, because I'm always going to have an interest in the paranormal because it's intrigued me enough. Just ghost hunt, Mark, don't feed into the drama, it's dumb or pointless. Yeah, you know what I mean though, Chris. You see it as well. There's all these like people just, it's like copycatters everywhere. It's mental. But sometimes debunking needs to be done for people that are clearly fake. And I'm going to show you a couple of things, right, that I called out. So this was a really back years ago, I debunked Really Haunted before pretty much anyone else. And Who goes there? Someone just sent me a message. Is that important? I don't know. Let's see if that's a message for this or not. Oh no, okay, don't worry. And quite lost my tracks. I'm glad. Love how passionate you are. I appreciate that. Some could argue that I'm too passionate because I forget about other things in my life. Like my family sometimes don't see me. Friends end up not seeing me. I've had to take this week free because people in my life reminded me to take some time away from it because I'm indulging myself too much into it and forgetting things around in my normal life, which is why I'm going to slow down. I'm going to slow down a little bit. I hope people don't mind. But obviously, you know, it allows people to catch up on episodes and stuff as well. Have you ever seen a video called The Oldest View Was Made with Blender? I don't think I have, no. I recommend watching it. Can you remind me of that on Discord, because I know I'll forget. What's the biggest donation you've ever had on a live stream? Like 20 quid, I think. I've got a new thingy as well when people donate now, by the way. I've got a button that I can press. I need to do something. So if you want to see the button... let me get the video. Video killed the radio star. So this is a little clip of really
Look
haunted.
how this one now, it goes...
Oh, bloody Nora. You need to do what's best for you and not for others. I know. I'm constantly thinking about I overthink everything. Right, let's get this video up. Video. Media source. Window capture. VLC. Yes. I bet it won't work. I bet it'll play up. Here we go. Boop. Boop. Slow it down, don't matter, Mark. Remember what I told you, 2 amazing ghost hunts a month and not 4 badly edited ones. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's quality over quantity, isn't it? Anyway, here we go.
Look how this one now, that goes across the roof, has clearly not been keyed out properly. It goes across and you can still see the jitter of the green screen, which is completely different tone of green to the night vision, and where it goes across you can see it scattering where it's not been keyed out correctly. So that is very, very clear that it's been put in there afterwards, after the video was taken.
Right, so obviously really haunted there. He ooh, that requires a button, Dean. Where's the button? There it is. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. I donate to you when you're on, but I don't earn enough money. The entertainment industry is getting hard. It really is. Anyway, yeah, that was really haunted, and his crappy shadow that goes across, which it was clearly a green screen. That was quite funny. But I appreciate that. I'm gonna do another confetti. Why not? Can I do it more than once? There it is, confetti. I forgot which button it was on the keyboard, because one of them's that one, and that one gets me in trouble. So I don't know if I want to do that one. I might do it for different things now, to be fair. Now there's also these guys. Right? You're ready for this. Where is it? What is that? Look. So that's Smug Puppy. Now, do you know what? I genuinely don't know why people still believe Smug Puppy are real. Like, the dude, I've forgotten his name for the life of me, but the guy in it has literally said it's not real. It's a parody. It's comedy. It's. But people still think it's real. I gave you all my work for. You did, but Chris, people are not tipping as much. It's like there's been a movement or something. Don't get me wrong, I've got a lot. Like a lot more than what I'd normally get, but then next week I've only got one shift. So it's like it does this. It's annoying. I get paid over 300 this month on getting a new battery and 2 tires from the car, and then oh yeah, and my insurance just come out as well. That was 400. All the money, by the way, that I do get through the donations, the PayPal donations, the Patreons, and the memberships, all go back into the channel. They all go back into funding locations and insurance and travel, parking, etc. I've got some news before I move on. I don't know. Right. Pinch of salt with this news, okay? Get ready. Holster yourself in. Sit down. Hands on the chair, right? You ready for the news? Here it comes. So this news. So I was doing my thing in the bar, doing some like card tricks and whatnot. And this French girl come in with her boyfriend. And I said to her, she had a few sherbets. And I said to her, oh, where are you from? She went, oh, Paris. I went, oh, yeah? Do you reckon it's possible to get in the catacombs? She's only given me her number and another number of someone to potentially contact that can get into the catacombs. I'm taking it with a pinch of salt because she was fucking off her tits. But that'd be amazing. Honestly, this ball ache going to cost me another 300, 600 for that. I know life, I swear, just as soon as you get money that comes in, it's like life comes along and goes, oh, I'll have a bit of that. Thank you very much. It's a wind up. Another little fake thing I wanted to bring up, and I was going to do this as a short, and then I didn't bother doing it as a short because this is what I do. I think of an idea, and then I pull out of the idea because I don't want to like cause any problems, or I don't want to create the wrong impression. But yes, I was. Yeah, Dean. Yeah, it's weird that it came up, but I'm going to show you this anyway. This was going to be the short.
Look.
Yeah, as above, so below comes to mind. One of 3 things will happen, Chris. Maybe 4 things. Number 1, nothing at all. It just fall through. Number 2, we'll go there and the person will leave us there or mug us, and we'll just be lost. Number 3, we get there, not a lot will happen, but it'd be creepy as fuck. Number 4, we'll get taken and have our organs taken out of us and put on the, and we're being like something from the movie Hostel, something like that. Or number 5, it'll go right off and we'll end up in hell. So yeah, those are the options right there of what will happen. Here's this clip. You've got to see that. You've got to see this, right? Right. Those of you that are watching this now, can someone explain this to me? Because this, I kid you not, confuses me more than seeing activity that seamlessly looks like it's paranormal. And I'm going to show you it now.
Look at me if you're watching this, right? This video.
Let's go back. Look. 514 people, 7.18k subscribers.
Look at me if you're watching this, right? This video has just been looping over and over and over again. I just came by it randomly in my like For You sort of page on YouTube. Right? Loads of people commenting. What's meant to be happening here? Watch this. Look at that hand. Look.
How fake is that?
Look.
So literally this video was looping her getting out of bed, her running over to the door, her screaming, jumping back in the bed, her lampshade shaking, and the stupid fake hand, and there was just people flooding it with comments and views. Now, I understand that I was one of those views, but mine was out of pure frustration, and I just had to record it because I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Like, what am I? I'm sat here now with, like, I don't know, a handful of people, and I do appreciate you all being here, by the way, but look at the amount of people watching that shite. What the? What's going on? I don't get it. Just the experience would be cool. Anything else would be a bonus. I know. I don't think anyone else has really done it. But I'm wondering, because I know Josh wants to go, and I'm wondering if just me and Josh would be a good idea, or if I should put it out there to collab, because I don't want to get mugged, shot, or have my organs taken away from me. I haven't made my mind up yet on that, because it probably would just end up being me and Josh, or maybe me, Josh, and Will. If those of you who don't know Will, he's in a few of the episodes now. He's well into it, I tell you. He's constantly like, are we going on another one? We're going on another one. I'm like, slow it down. I'm dying here. We did 2 in 1 week once. I was like, it done me right in. Oh, dear. That should be fine to upload. Just mask the live chat on there. I see what you mean. Yeah. But can you know what I mean? Does people understand that? Like, how the hell is something getting that many views with that utter bullcrap? Doesn't make sense to me. Sometimes I feel like going to Mars. One-way trip. They're ruined for everybody now, these people. Honestly. Anyway, I've covered basically all my subjects now, so now everything that I've said about the paranormal, debunkers, fakers, let's have a chat. Let's have a talk. I need little jingles, you know what I mean? Like, it needs to be like, it's Everjet, ding, like that. When you upload for best practice, you should always upload it unlisted first, so then you can avoid any copyright strikes before going public. I do that, indeed. Dan, welcome. I've been worried about you, Dan, because I noticed you weren't on Facebook. You all right? You doing all right, Dan? Things been getting on all right? I'll tell you what, Dan, you'd probably really get on with Will. He's a little bit like you. He can like go into places and sense things, and he's really into like his beliefs and like the spiritual side of things. People probably just stick that on when they finished work. Don't need the hassle of trying to work stuff out. The thing is, some of them were just sat in there for ages, and most of them were complaining about it being not real, which I'm doing now. So, pot kettle black, but you know what I mean. But yeah, Dean, I always do that, and I always watch it about 100 times as well. I do like I do a watch on here, and then I go downstairs and watch it on the telly, and then if I spot something that isn't great, I come back up, and then I change it, and then I watch it again when it's on YouTube. And then when it goes live, I still worry. I'm like that. Yeah, mate, health is struggling, back problems now. I tell you what, life doesn't throw a few curveballs at you, does it? Mad stuff. I'm sure I will. I do miss investigating. Yeah, I mean, but nothing stops you doing it in like your own house, unless you're worried about things happening. I went to Will's house the other day actually, because he was saying he had things go on there. Don't know if the episode will go out or not yet though. We'll see. We will see. Find out. I'll watch some fake stuff just because I need a good laugh. True. I always say I ain't going to hell, as Satan has a restraining order against me. He's running scared that I'll take over. Do you know, I say something similar, Tammy. I say that I will never get possessed by a demon or an evil spirit, because the second it possesses me, it will want to get an exorcism from me. So the thing would want me to be exorcised. I gotta go now, guys. Love each other, everyone. No, thank you for coming, Dean. I much appreciate it. Again, if you do spot Dean go on with is Ezekiel, go over and check that out. It's actually quite funny. He's doing absolute mad stuff sometimes as well, especially the eating things, the hot holes. That's and let me know, Dean, if you want to do anything. I'd be booted out of hell. Booted out of hell. What do you think it is, Dan, in these places? You know, obviously you've been to a lot of things. We were talking earlier about like the paranormal and trying to understand what it is. Obviously you're quite into religion. Are you under the assumption that the things that we perceive as spirits or demons or whatever, you know, would you say that every ghost or spirit on this plane that we perceive and see could be a demon, like a lot of Christianity says? Or would you say that you believe that it could be a loved one or somebody that's just trapped on this plane? Because there's so many different concepts on it. I suppose that's the most difficult thing to people to wrap their heads around, is that there's no consistent ideology around it. You'd say, oh shit, here comes trouble. In mind, I'm just going to have a quick drink. Oh, and if anyone's wondering how long it'd be going on for this live, if they're thinking that, I'm not going to go past 7 o'clock because I've got a curry coming. Was it a tandoori, chicken tandoori? So I'm going to want to eat that. But if people do enjoy these lives, if there's anything else like maybe you would want to see on the lives, then I could always, like for example, you know, I play an awful lot of video games and I have a lot of horror games. So let's say, for example, myself and Josh went on a horror game. Would that be something people that would like to watch? Because when you go live, it doesn't matter what content you're putting out. And that only matters when you're making videos. So I could do anything, really. I could just go live having a walk. I'm just wondering, maybe I should do some more. Instead of doing them every so often, I should maybe have like a day, like a quiz. Like we could do the quiz, one quiz of the month or something like that, where we do a quiz. Are you wrapping up? I had to slip AFK for a few. I will be within the next 15 minutes, yeah. Just sort of like having a chat now with everybody. Catch up, really. Talking about our perceptions and beliefs and stuff. I don't think Dan got to hear my question, because I was hoping that he would say. Because I'd like to know from a religious point of view. Because I know he believes in spirit world, as in his loved ones in heaven and stuff, but I don't know if he believes that they could potentially be here on this plane with us. Oh, he is here. Good. They're not spirits we know and love. I've come to understand. It's mainly from what I've come to realise, demonic entities that pose as the ones we love. Yeah. So this is what he's saying is a massive thing which is written within many religious texts, including the Bible, the New Testament as well. I believe Jesus or Yeshua of Nazareth did say it. But then obviously there's people counter that, like pagans and maybe Anne. I think you have different perceptions and beliefs. So it's hard to know which one is which, I suppose, isn't it? But from experience, from my point of view, I've only ever come across carnage and things that don't really seem that nice. Never had that, I've never been in a situation where someone's gone, yeah, my nan haunts this house. She does the ironing for me. You know, I've never had that. It's always been someone haunts this house, things get moved, things get hidden, things get chucked, I've been scratched, you know, all this sort of thing. My faith has shown me more now and given more answers than anything I thought I knew before. And I've started looking into loads within the like sort of Christianity type of things. I think it's important. I think as an investigator and as a paranormal investigator, you need to look into everything. You can't just go like, I'm just going to look at ghosts. I'm just going to look at demons. I have to look at religion. And I watched every single one of The Chosen, which I recommend even if you're not religious to watch. It's actually a really, really good show. As is The Passion of Christ. Really good film. Really good film. I'm doing advanced science theory on the paranormal. Well. Science and paranormal in the same sentence? Can you send me, like, hauntofthetruth@gmail.com? Can you send me these things that you've been doing, like these courses you've been doing, like what their names are and stuff like that? I'd be interested into looking into it. Many people's health suffered from what we do, and that's not anything holy or good. I know it does. It takes quite an individual to be able to stomach and not lose your marbles over. I already lost my marble, so it wasn't going to make it any worse, was it? The spirits in my home, they better start paying rent for something. Yeah, I know. I just wake up covered in bruises, dread to think what I get up to at night. Do you actually? Okay, why don't you set up like a camera that films overnight when you're sleeping, just to see if then just to see if you're battering yourself in the night or anything. Oh, a scary thing. Imagine there's something over you like that would... So if it's not spirits from the past and demonic, how come you can't get into info from their past when they were alive and you can find out, documented to confirm your evidence? Well, I suppose, Anne, the assumption is that if it's a demon or a negative energy or a negative spirit or whatever it is you want to call it, depending on your belief, that it knows everything anyway. I mean, it's outside of the spectrum of three-dimensional space. I'm assuming so. It would be. It would be within the fourth, fifth, sixth dimensional area. Because if it wasn't, we would see it all the time. So it has to be. So it means that it can see the future, the past. That's what God is, by the way. Like, God is a dimensional being, like outside of the spectrum of what we know as dimensions, because God can see the past, see the future, see the now, and be anywhere and everywhere at the same time. Am I right in saying that? I think so. Oh, really? That's interesting, Dan. I look forward to seeing that. Yeah, so Tammy, if you can send that to hauntedthetruth@gmail.com, any details would be great. I'll look into it. What's this he sent me? Did you just link the link the live? That confused me then. I am going to my batteries are charging with my off. I've had it before, and it's happened more than once now for it to just be in my head. But I've been in situations where I've been to certain places and then come home and then been trying to go to sleep, and I'm in that sort of area between not being awake but not being asleep, and then I end up waking up like like coming back to fully awake because my bed shakes like someone's gone like that on it, and it wakes me up. That's quite scary. Last time it happened, I just went, "Oh, there's someone here. Fuck off." It's a clip of me. Oh, so it's directly a link. Okay, what am I doing? Oh dear. God is light and energy, never had human form. Demon is dark and negative energy and was never human. Makes you think something. God is light and energy. But I would, you know, I would even say, like, even people like yourselves and mediums and clairvoyants and stuff, like people like that, there's nothing to say that even they are being tricked by whatever it is that they're communicating with. No, I'm not saying the demons are real. This is all hypothetical scenarios. But if it were the case and demons were real and the devil is real, it's written that, you know, the devil was very much a trickster. So you never know. You never know. But then at the same time, all of that could just be wrong. And you could be right. Or it's completely something else altogether and we're all wrong. And it turns out that it's we're in a simulation and this is all a computer game. I rebuke and bind the buggers. Just get me like leaning up in bed. I cast you. Got to do it properly, haven't I? Oh, I can't find it. I cast you out. Just so you know, I still do have that. I still have that. I mean, I don't really see much of Paul anymore. But I still keep his little thing that he gave me. I think he's just like sorting stuff out, to be honest with you. Last thing he said to me was that he's doing all right, not to worry, and he's sorting things out. And that was it. It's the Matrix, lol. Yeah, it is. Well, I'll tell you what, it's 5:02 now, so I'll start to wrap up unless anyone's got any specific questions or want to talk about anything that I've said. They're itching to say something or ask something. If not, then I'll leave it at that, I suppose. Let me just read these comments. I miss Paul, I need to come back. Yeah, I know. I don't think he ever will, and that, you know, he did a few things which, you know, even I have to say, like, were a bit silly. There was one situation where he did dox somebody, but he didn't do it on purpose, but he did dox them, and even I have to agree, like, you can't do things like that. But apart from that, I know, you know, it just all got out of hand and exploded, and it's a shame, really. It really is, because he had a lot of potential. He's a character for sure. It's The Sims, and we all have the little plum bobs. Yes. We'd love to do a video on time slips past lives, please. Time slips past lives. What, like a podcast or a live? Remind me as well, because I'll forget. I'll send you an email shortly. A few different courses. Okay, thank you very much, Tammy. I appreciate that. But yeah, thank you everybody for coming and joining and liking and everything. If you could all like, share, comment, tell your friends about like videos and stuff, it'd be much appreciated. It's really, really difficult pushing on YouTube, and the way that it works is if people don't view within a certain period, you don't get boosted on their algorithm, and it's a right ass because some of the content and videos are amazing, and it's just a shame that sometimes they don't get pushed as much as I'd like them to, but I'm working on it, and you lot help me with this, and I really do appreciate that. But until next time, everybody have a good one. Have a good day, evening, afternoon, whatever it is. And if I don't see you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Bye! Oh, we end this. I know.